So in another video, I talked to you about polarized training. In this video, I'm going to talk to you about two types of high-intensity type interval training, which is one end of that polarized training which we discussed in the other video, the high-intensity option. So one of the concepts that I've seen a lot of people trainers get confused, and I was confused for a while as well, is the difference between HIIT training, high-intensity interval training, HIIT, and SMIT, SMIT, which stands for Supramaximal interval training. So technically, high-intensity interval training is where you go around your VO2 max or just above your VO2 max for a burst, a time frame. And then you do a total recovery, which is you do nothing, or you do active recovery for an interval, and you go back and forth between those two. However, a supramaximal interval is where you're not just trying to stay around your VO2 max or just above it, you're going all out effort. So because you're going all out effort on the working interval, those intervals will normally be a little shorter than you would do on a high intensity interval because you're going harder. Therefore, the rest periods in between are going to be a little longer, and you may intersperse that with some active recovery. Most of the time, you'll do it with a total recovery. So a lot of people misinterpret or kind of get the two jumbled where they think high-intensity interval training is just going all out. Technically, that's supramaximal interval training. Now, it's not just semantics, because now we have two, when we separate the two, HIIT versus SMIT, we have two variations that we can work into our high-intensity type training, right? In that one aspect of polarized training, in the high-intensity aspect of it, where we can intersperse the two. We can use HIIT sometimes, and we can use SMIT sometimes to get some variation within those two. So when you look at it that way, it's not just semantics, because they're two different applications, but both give us an opportunity to work in higher intensities interspersed with some sort of rest or active recovery.